What's up, dudes? Welcome back. Today we're working on the M3. We're gonna make use of our lift for the first time, or like actually work on a car. M3's been living up there, but this is the first time I'm actually gonna use it to fix something. So I'm gonna show you here in a second. We're basically gonna replace the transmission mounts on the M3. I noticed from having the car in the air that there was like a chunk missing from one of them. So let me show you that, and I'll show you what we're gonna replace it with, and then we should be able to get this done. Should only take maybe 20 minutes or so. So let's see how it goes. Alrighty, we're super spoiled now. This is the transmission here. If you can see, I hang this light on something. So I have a finger. Let's see. All right. Transmission mount. This one looks mostly good. This one is missing a chunk. Let me see if I can show you. You can kind of see it right there. See that piece that's like coming off the side? That's actually a piece of the mount. See if I can get up in there and get it. This right here is a piece of the mount. So the mount's like deteriorated. I don't know if that's because there's kind of like, I had a leak that was leaking on it. The selector shaft seal had a leak. So it's like kind of leaking all over the bottom of this thing, which has been fixed. But I don't know if the oil dripping down kind of made it deteriorate or whatever. But anyway, should be easy enough. Basically, we're gonna pop this bracket off. I think we undo these, pop this bracket off. We have to support the transmission and then pop new ones in. We're gonna need one of these to support the transmission. That's gonna hold the weight for us. We're gonna pull that bolt and that nut off, and then we'll pull off the whole thing, and then we can get the bolts off the top. Might be a little tricky to get those because they're under the heat shield, but it should be okay. These are the mounts we're going to be replacing them with. They're the blue UUC Motorworks. They're like their streetable track car version. So basically, they're not completely isolated, or they're not completely straight through design, whatever they call them, for like their race car only. Race car only means like those two bolts on either side is just a bolt the whole way through, so it like doesn't isolate any of the vibrations and stuff. These are like a step below that, which means you can still drive the car on the street to get to the track, but they're more stiff and higher performance than the stock ones. So this I thought was a good compromise. Some people don't like these, but it's easy enough to replace if they have any issues, and they were only 40 bucks. So let's see how they work. So I reread these directions, and they're actually suggesting that you don't have to remove the brace. They're saying just to remove the top nut and the bottom nut and use the jack to lift the transmission a tiny bit, and these should slide out. So I guess we'll try that first, and then maybe we don't have to even remove the brace. Alrighty, top nuts are off. Now I'm going to break the bottom ones free. These are all 13 millimeter. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have to take this brace off. When I try to raise the transmission, it raises like the whole entire car. So I'm gonna pull the brace. These are 13s as well. See if I can. I might need two hands. It's a baby socket. So these two are kind of hidden. Hopefully I can get enough bite on it here to get them out. Okay, I didn't know about this, but there's it's like little hanger is on the side of this. So there's a 10mm bolt in there that we will pop loose. Probably should have done that first. I like to clean stuff up while I'm down here. So I'm gonna just spray a little bit of the areas that I couldn't reach. It's basically just engine cleaner. So this is the brace for the transmission. These are the old mounts. You can see that's the big chunk that came out. It looks like this thing's kind of disintegrating anyway. This one, same thing. These metal cups on here though are actually there to help deflection of the bushing, and they're an aftermarket option. Basically you can buy these cups. So I'm gonna see if I can get these separated. I think these cups by themselves are like $40 or $45. I didn't buy them because I knew they were already on here. So hopefully I can pull these out, slip my new bushings in, and reuse these. These are not stock. And in the meantime, coat this thing in the cleaner as well. So remember, that's what it looked like. I got it separated from the cup. Here's the cup here. But look at this. Look how crazy this is. I tried to pull just very lightly, and this whole thing like split in half. So this thing was for sure not holding the transmission very strongly against its mount. I'm curious now. I had a little bit of transmission vibrate, or a little bit of drivetrain vibration under like super hard acceleration sometimes. I'm curious if this might have been the cause. This one doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, no, look at it. See all that flex? This might do the same thing. Look at that. That should not happen. This like completely separated. These both were completely separated. So basically the transmission was just sitting, just kind of resting on top of this. That's insane. I'm really glad I bought new ones. I wonder if the oil, the fluid that was draining down, kind of like destroyed these things. Dangerous. Alrighty, here's the new bushings. Just press these in by hand. Cleaned up, looking great. I'm just gonna fit on like this. There's like a little notch that fits into, which is cool. I guess this one goes that way, and yeah, it goes on the car like that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and secure these just with a washer and nut on the bottom, just so they're there. So when we put them on the car, they'll basically be in the correct spot. Top bolts on, side bolts on, and we're basically done. All right, I don't have enough time to really clean this thing up down here. Ooh, that needs to go back in its holder. But I got the mounting surfaces basically cleaned up, top and bottom. I think I'm gonna come through and like power wash this one of these days. So for now, it's as clean as she's getting. Alrighty, braces back in. Cool thing, you might have noticed this earlier in the video. This exhaust mount hanger thing was missing a nut. Coincidentally, they gave me new hardware in the pack, right? And this nut from the old one was perfect. So excellent. Killed another bird with this stone. So we got to tighten the lower nuts and then the top nuts, and then we're good. All right, it's all in. We'll go for a test drive a little bit later. I don't have time at the moment before I finish out the video, but I'm hoping that'll reduce some of the vibration issues we've been having. All right, we're back at it next morning. I'm under here. I wanted to double check my work. I was a little bit in a rush yesterday because my family was coming over. So I just came back and double checked that the top and bottom nuts were tight, as well as the bracket mounts. And then, you know, that I put this on and that I bent this. I'd forgotten to bend the heat shield back into place. So we are now gonna drop it down, take it for a ride, and see if it addresses the vibration I was feeling. All right, quick refresh. I didn't know the mount was broken as bad as it was. I knew there was a little chunk missing. But now that now that I know how bad they were broken, my speculation is that potentially the little bit of vibration I was getting under hard acceleration was actually caused by the motor mounts. I was thinking maybe the Guibo initially. The Guibo's fine. And then I was also thinking that maybe the center bearing, this is a two-piece drive shaft, so like the bearing in the middle of the drive shaft could have been the problem, which it still could be, but I'm really interested now to see if this is gonna fix that weird little vibration I was getting. So I'll check back in a minute and let you know. Feel the vibration anymore, so it's possible that this was the problem. I'm not going to say that totally solved because you never know. It might come back one day. It wasn't constant anyway. So yeah, maybe we've solved the problem. All right, my friends, M3's done. Transmission mounts have been replaced. They seem to be working great. I don't know the longevity of them. There's some kind of mixed reviews online about whether they are good or bad. So they're cheap enough, 40 bucks, and it's easy enough to lift, to throw it up there and replace them if I have to in 6 months or a year or whatever. So we'll see. I'll let you know. Second thing I replaced, I feel a little bit bad. I didn't actually video it, but I replaced this wiper cowl. Mine is laying over here on the floor. See how like sun-baked it is, and like all of this like rubber stuff is just like falling off of this. Yeah, so replace that guy. Not super interesting, pretty easy. Just basically pull the wipers off, and then there's some clips, and the new one goes back in. But it improves the appearance a little bit and improves keeping the water out of the filter, and there's like the ECUs right down there and stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I got some stuff ready to go. Some like interior LEDs and stuff ready to go for the Subarus. I also really want to do kind of like figure out detailing. I've never really done like any paint correction or anything like that, but I kind of want to try it out on the M3 because it's got some weirdness in the paint, and if I'm going to try it on any car, it's going to be that one. I don't know if you guys have a polisher, kind of a dual action polisher recommendation. It's not like super expensive. Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Happy New Year if you're watching this in the roughly vicinity of when I released it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching as always. Love you dudes. Bye-bye.